Hello everyone. Welcome to all of you in this online certificate course which is entitled as Leadership Development Program that started from 24th of January to that and continue to 14th February 2022. Today in this session I am going to deal with, or I am going to share with you the topic which is called SWOT Analysis or SWOT Analysis. This analysis is very much important. It is very much helpful for all the students, especially, as well as every human being, because you see, when we do this analysis, we come to know about our own self, we come to know about our own qualities, potentials, aims, limitations, and so many other essential things of our personality. So let's plunge into this topic, SWOT or SWOT analysis. What does it stand for? What is the importance of this analysis? How is it done? And what are SWOT or C stand for? We will see each one of them separately, and finally the purpose of this analysis. And I hope with the help of this session you are going to come so many things that will be helpful for you to get the leadership qualities, the leadership skills, leadership development in you. So let's see what are the SWOT analysis. See, first and foremost, the acronym SWOT or SWOT stands for four qualities, four things, or four aspects of human personality. S stands for strengths, W stands for weaknesses, O stands for opportunities, and T stands for threats, or C stands for challenges. So if we analyze these four aspects of our personality, we will definitely know ourselves, we will analyze ourselves properly, and do the things accordingly. And after this analysis, whatever we do, whatever we get into, whatever we involve into, will be very much useful for all of us. Now, I start this session with a very nice quotation by Socrates, who has said that unexamined life is not worth living. See, Socrates is actually the first moralist in the Western world who said this thing, that if you are not examining your life, if you are not analyzing your life properly, so that life is not worth living. So if you want to make your life worth living, do something extraordinary, do something essential for knowing ourselves. So you can't examine yourself until you know yourself. Now see, as it is said that the opinion that we make about others are not as important as the ones that we make about ourselves. See, what opinions we make about ourselves are more important than what opinions that we make about others. In the same way, the knowledge of the world is not as important as the knowledge of ourself is. See, here very clearly this sentence says that we should have the knowledge of the self, not knowledge of the world. First of all, knowledge of the world is also important, but not as important as the knowledge of the self is. Then it simply means knowing or analyzing ourselves in all its major aspects. For example, our strengths, our weaknesses, our opportunities, and our threats or challenges. If you want to know your own self, if we want to know ourselves, so we should know these four aspects of our personality. What are our strengths, what are our weaknesses, what are our opportunities, and what are our threats and challenges. So let's see how to analyze, how to know our weaknesses, how to know our strengths, or how to analyze them, because they are already there in us. We need to analyze them, we need to separate them, and we need to study them, we need to know them very well. See, analyzing our strengths. So what methods are there for analyzing our strengths? So first of all, for analyzing our strengths, we should have two things. First, self-awareness and self-acceptance. Self-awareness, self-acceptance. Self-awareness means what? Means we should be aware of our own self very well. And after self-awareness, we should accept ourselves as we really are. These two things in our real world we don't apply properly. We are aware of others very much, but not of ourselves. We accept others very well, but not to ourselves. For example, we are aware that what are the likes or dislikes, what mentality your friend has, your family members have, your parents have, but you don't know what are your own. You are not aware of yourselves in these regards. And as far as acceptance is concerned, we have accepted many other people as they really are, but we are still not ready to accept ourselves as we really are. So self-awareness and self-acceptance, these two things are the first requirements for analyzing our strengths. We should be aware of ourselves, and we should accept ourselves as we really are. So you see, self-awareness means what? So you see, self-awareness means how much are you aware of your needs, desires, emotions, feelings, values, aspirations, capabilities, mental states, and behavior. See, this is called self-awareness. Means self-awareness is a highly abstract concept. If you want to concretize self-awareness, so self-awareness means you be aware of your needs. What are your needs? Why are those needs are your needs? Then your desires. Means you know about, you be aware of your desires. If your desires are good, you pursue them, you fulfill them, you get them in the real world, in reality. Then emotions. You be aware of your emotions, all emotions, your positive emotions as well as negative emotions. If the positive emotions are there, you enrich them, you develop them. If negative emotions are there, you decrease them, you control them, you keep them in check. Then feelings. You be aware of your own feelings and how you feel, what are your feelings. Then values. What are your values? Values means the things that you want to get in your life are called your values. So what are your values? And values are continuously changing. For example, if you are studying now, so your first value is getting degree, going through this graduation. So this is value. After completing this thing, your value will change. Then your value will become getting a job on the basis of your degrees. Then, or maybe your values will become getting married. So values change. So you be aware of your values. Then aspirations. Aspirations means the thoughts of development, the thoughts of progress in life, in the world. So this is called aspiration. So what are your aspirations? What do you really want to become in life? How do you want to see yourself after 5 years, after 10 years? So those are your aspirations. Then capabilities. Capabilities means practical qualities. What are you capable of? What are you practically capable of? So you be aware of your capabilities. Then mental states. Means how is your mind at present? What is the state of your mind, or what are the different states of your mind? Means whether you are good at concentration or not, whether you have a good grasping power or not, whether you observe things very well or not. So this is called mental states. And then finally behavior. How are you in your behavior? Your behaviors are of good human beings, or of very naughty human being, or of very disrespectful person, or of what? So know your behavior, be aware of your behavior. Now then, self-awareness is also related to our skills. What skills or qualities do you have that make you special or unique? See, we human beings become special or unique on the basis of these two things only: our skills and our qualities. So be aware of those skills and qualities in you, because they make you unique, they make you special. Then the next thing is academic qualifications. What academic qualifications? Other than regular qualification. For example, you have done your BA with English, or you have done your BSc with physics, biology, botany, zoology, or other subjects. So you know, you be aware of your educational or academic qualifications, and besides them you do some extra things like communication skills, like leadership qualities as this one, and you be aware of them. Then the next one is the work that you do best. You be aware of the work that you do best. Nobody does better than you. What works are there that you do best, that you give your best to do those works, and others don't like those works, others are not expert in doing those works as you are. So you know your work that you do best. So this is also the part of self-awareness, the part of self-acceptance, and in turn they are your strengths. Then your life is reality-oriented, goal-oriented or not. See, this is also the part of self-acceptance or self-awareness. You know that whether you are living reality-oriented life or just living in the dreams, living in imaginary world, unreal world. So it is not good life. Good life is reality-oriented life. Live in reality. Reality means in the natural world. Means you live, where you live, how you live, what are your financial condition, what education you are getting, and how you will do your work one day and make your life better, more progressive, or you will make more and more progress in life. So this is called reality oriented life. Then goal oriented life. What are your goals? What are your aims in your life? Because you see, aimless life is also not good life. Aimful life means a purposeful life we should live. An aimless life, purposeless life is not good life. So we should know our goals. So after knowing that, if you are having any goal in your life, it is really a strength of yours. Then how much objectively do you know yourself? The last thing about self-awareness. We all know ourselves, but not objectively, subjectively. Subjectively means we know ourselves on the basis of our feelings, our emotions. I feel that I am like this. No, know ourselves objectively. Objectively means we put ourselves in front of us like a thing, and we study it as we study a thing. If we find any fault in us, remove them. If we think something is good but that something is not really good, so we should start hating those things. And if something is really good but we don't consider it as good, so we should start respecting that thing. It is called knowing ourselves objectively. So these are the points that are helpful for knowing our, or for analyzing our strengths. So you see, first thing in analyzing our strength is self-awareness. Second thing, our self-acceptance. Means whoever, whatever, how much are we should accept ourselves. We should not complain that I don't have much money, my parents are not very rich, I did not get the opportunity to study in other cities, in some other colleges, or I could not get the thing of my choice. Don't think in this way, and accept yourself as you really are. And you see, self-awareness starts with being aware of our needs, our desires, our emotions, our feelings, our values, our aspirations, our capabilities, our mental states and behavior. And then self-awareness also includes knowing our skills, our qualities, those qualities or skills that really make us unique or special. Then academic qualifications that are better than others in us, and then the work that we do the best, and then our life is reality oriented or not, goal oriented or not, we should check properly. And then finally we should know ourselves objectively. As we know things, as we know things, the inanimate things, so we should know ourselves. Now let's move to the next analysis, that is the analyzing our weaknesses. Is how to analyze our weaknesses. First, how to know our weaknesses. What are our weaknesses? And after knowing them, how to overcome them, how to subdue them, how to control them. See, this analysis starts with a quotation by Nathaniel Branden. In his book, he has said this thing, that fear and pain should be treated as signals, not to close our eyes but to open them wider. See, whatever fear or pain we have or we feel, so they are actually the signals for what? For opening our eyes wider, not closing our eyes, that we do generally. When we feel fear or when we feel pain, we close our eyes. But he says that they are the signals for opening our eyes wider. And after opening our eyes wider, what we should not do and what we should do, not to look away but to look more attentively. So why am I having this fear? What things are actually giving me this fear? Or why am I having the pain? So we should open our eyes wider to know the reasons of those fear and pain, and we should more attentively look those reasons, and then we should solve them. So you see, fear and pain actually are the signals of our weaknesses. See, what are weaknesses? They are our deliberately spared internal enemies. Very well said. Our weaknesses actually the enemies that we spared them, we have left them. How? Deliberately. So whatever we have left deliberately, what we have spared deliberately in our inner world, in our mind, in our emotions, they are actually our enemies and they are our weaknesses. Weaknesses can be of three types: personal, mental, as well as social. So weaknesses can be personal, mental, like short temper, indecisive mind, excessive or unnecessary anger, jealousy, subjectivity, lack of confidence, understanding. See, three types of weaknesses are there. So first ones are personal or mental. Mental, first of all. So mental weaknesses like short temper. We are very short temper. We lose our control and we become angry in a very short while, in a very short time. So this is called a short temper. So we should control our short temperness or short temper nature. Then indecisive mind. See, this is very, very, very harmful weakness. We are unable to take any decision, proper decision in life. See, most of the men in the world fail only because of this weakness. They don't take decision at the right time, in the right way, and in the right degree. So we shouldn't have indecisive mind. We should have a decisive mind. We should take decision every now and then. We should become a very decisive personality. Continuously we should take decisions in life, what to do, what not to do, what to do and what not to do. So this is called a decisive mind. Indecisive mind is harmful, it is a weakness. And then excessive or unnecessary anger. We should have anger. Anger is good, but unnecessary anger or excessive anger, both are harmful. We should not have these two types of anger. Then jealousy. See, we should not have jealousy. Jealousy is actually the negative thing which burns, which kills the person who is having this negative quality, jealousy. Then subjectivity. Subjectivity means we pass our judgments on the basis of emotions, our feelings. So subjectivity is also harmful weakness. We should be objective. We should have objectivity. We should know things, we should know people, we should know circumstances, we should know society, everything objectively, not subjectively. Means it seems to me. Our judgment should not be like this, that it seems to me. No, I know that this is so. This is called objective. Then lack of confidence. We should not have lack of, we should have so much confidence in ourselves, in our personality, in everything that we have. And then lack of understanding is also weakness. Then physical weaknesses like weak physique or body. Physical weakness is also there. For example, I have prolonged migraine, headache, and then physically I am not very strong, I am very weak, I get problem, I feel problems while getting up, I am not very active in my actions, I don't take initiatives, I don't become the first person to do things. So these are the physical qualities. We should treat them, we should deal with them properly. We should go to a doctor, we should get some proper medications, we should do some exercise and remove all the physical weaknesses, the weaknesses that are in our body. And become very active, very energetic, agile person, not very inactive, lazy, sedentary. We should not become. Then social weaknesses. Some weaknesses are social. Social weaknesses means social weaknesses like introvert nature. We don't like meeting people. We don't like being with so many people. We don't want to be in crowds. We don't want to be among many people. So this is called introvert nature. So we should not have this introvert nature. We should have some extrovert nature. Extrovert nature means we should go to people, talk to them, make friends, be very extrovert. No, so not introvert. So introvert nature is also a weakness, and it comes in social weakness. Then lack of communicative skills. If you are having communicative skill, lack of communicative, it means you are unable to talk to people, what to talk, how to talk, whom to talk, where to talk, how much to talk, you don't know. You should know everything properly. This is called a communicative skill. So this is also the skill that people don't have, and it is weakness. If you have, remove this weakness, or living in our mind only, etc. See, this is also weakness in us, that we live in our mind only. I am good, I can do this, if I am given the chance, I will do so. It means we are just thinking and living in our mind. Practically we are not doing anything. That's why it is said that do first and then think whether it is good or not. So these are the weaknesses. So weaknesses are of three types: mental, physical and social. Mental means all the emotions, all the feelings, all the things that we have in our mind, they are mental. If they are negative, they are mental weaknesses. Then the physical means in my body whatever weaknesses I have, these are the physical weaknesses, I should remove them. Then the last one is social weaknesses. If I am afraid of talking to people, if I am afraid of meeting people, if I don't like crowd, if I don't like many company of so many people together, I feel uncomfortable in people. This is called introvert nature. This is weakness, social weakness. And then lack of communicative skill, knowing how to communicate with people properly is communicative skill. So if you have lack of communicative skill, it is weakness. You should remove it, and then living in our own mind only. So these are in short weaknesses of three types. If we have them, we should remove them. Now, analyzing our opportunities. See, we have been taught that opportunities are not good. But here you see, this session tells you that we should continuously be in search of good opportunities. See, Ayn Rand has said, great men reach to the heights of success through the ladder of opportunities. Means it is the ladder of opportunities that has helped great men to become great. If they did not great, if they could not get the opportunities, they could not become great. अजीम इंसान अजीम बने मौक़ों की सीढ़ी पर चढ़कर. अगर मौक़े नहीं मिलते ज़िंदगी में तो वो अजीम नहीं बन पाते. जैसे हम देखते हैं, as we see in our real world, so many students, so many young ones, our youngsters have great qualities, but because of not having proper opportunities, they could not get a chance to realize their qualities, to show their abilities to the world, and they could not become successful. So opportunities are very important. That's why we should continuously be in search of opportunities. So that after getting them, we get them, we maintain them, and we prove ourselves to others also. So let's see what are opportunities. Opportunities means try to find out what opportunities are available for you. If you want to become a doctor, so you see in what area, in what field, in what part of your society people need doctors, and then you open your dispensary there, you become a doctor for them. Definitely that opportunity will be useful or helpful for you. So first you look out or look for those opportunities available for you. If you want to become a teacher, so you be in search of interviews. If you find an interview, you go to that interview and get the opportunity. Then after getting them, don't lose them. See, don't think that this opportunity is not in your destiny or it is not in your luck. It is not destined to you. No, don't think. After getting the opportunity, you grab them. You grasp that opportunity. Don't lose that opportunity. If you want to become a teacher and you go to face an interview, and in that interview only one opportunity is available and 100 candidates have applied for that opportunity or for that job. So who should get that job? Only you. Only you should get that job. Why? Because you think you are the best candidate for that job and you will get it anyhow. By proving yourself that you are the best candidate. So don't lose the opportunity. Then make the most of even a little but valuable opportunity. If you are given even a small opportunity, you give your best. You make the utility, you utilize that opportunity to its highest level. Don't think that I have been given only for 15 days. For example, you see in some interviews you are told that you will work for 1 week only, for 1 month only, and then you will be decided whether we should have you or not. Or this opportunity is only for 6 months, only for a year. Don't think in terms of quantities. Always think in terms of qualities. Give your best qualities to that job. So give your best. Then have courage. have courage, confidence and extraordinary qualities to get them. See, getting opportunities is not easy thing. Getting opportunity is based on our courage, is based on our extraordinary qualities. So if you have them, definitely you will get the opportunities. You won't lose them. Opportunities are very, very important. Remember, dear students, dear friends, opportunities are very, very important. After getting them, don't lose them. Because only opportunities can help you to reach to the heights of success. As every great man's story will give you this message. Now we move to the last analysis, that is analyzing our threats or challenges. Both are same. See, very good thing is said in the very beginning of this slide. Most of the time you find that many of your threats are self-created. See, most of the threats are actually not there in the real world. They are only in the mind. They have been self-created. Only you think they are threats, but they are not. They are only in the mind. But some are real and must be dealt with utter sincerity for a successful and happy life. But you see, some threats are really very real, and those threats must be taken with utter sincerity, with complete sincerity. And after taking them with utter sincerity, you will be a successful, or you will live a successful and happy life. So those are in the mind only, you remove them. Those are really in the real world, you deal with them by taking them very, very seriously. Now, threats are obstacles in the path of your prosperity. See, threats are obstacle in the path of your prosperity. That's why it is necessary to overcome all the threats, because if you don't overcome them, they will become obstacles in the path of your prosperity, in the path of your progress, in the path of your good life. So threats, challenges should be overcome. They may be, see, personal, like low self-esteem, negative attitude, sense of guilt, etc. Sometimes threats are personal. They are in us. And what are those personal threats? First, low self-esteem. Means we have low opinions about ourselves. I am not good. I am not very much knowledgeable. I am not very effective. I am not good at my communication. Means we have low self-esteem. We have low opinions about our own self. So low self-esteem is a threat, and this is personal threat. Then negative attitude means everywhere we see first negativity, first negative thing. If somebody said that don't be a teacher because nowadays teaching field is fully corrupt, it is not good, so you also start thinking in that negative manner. Don't think so. Everywhere negatives and positives coexist. They are both there. So we should not think of negatives only. There are positives also. There are good things also. So have positive attitude, not negative attitude. Then sense of guilt. Don't have any guilt or sense of guilt. Sense of guilt is very harmful. It is very obstructing threat for all of us. So sense of guilt is not. If you have any sense of guilt, to remove it by doing something good. By doing something good. Because sense of guilt creates a low self-esteem. I am a sinner. I am not a good person. I have done something wrong. I have done with that person very bad thing. That's why I am a guilty person. I am not capable of doing anything good things. So don't have this sort of sense of guilt. So these are the personal threats. Then you see some threats are parental. Parents are against our good ideas or good things. They don't want to allow you. They don't want to give you permission to go to other cities for your further studies. They don't want to do the things that you want to do. They are not ready to spend the money that you need for your career, for your job, for your studies. So these are the threats. These are the parental threats, parental challenges. So what should we do? We should apply our best qualities to convince them, to bring them on terms our terms. Because if they get ready, if they accept you, this obstacle can be removed. This threat can be removed. Then social threats. See, society also puts some threats to us that don't do this. It is not good for society. For example, you see, girls cannot become lawyers. In our Muslim society, it is believed. If they become, so society punishes them by many different means. By not giving them due respect, by not accepting them as a good human being, by not accepting them as qualitative person, as effective person, as very helpful person when in need of some judicial or some court problems would come, so they will be very much helpful to us. So they don't take them. Society don't accept them as good human beings. So societal threats should also be overcome by proper means, by proper methods. Then you see one more threat we face, that is supernatural. Means supernatural means a threat of religion, threat of God, threat of supernatural elements. For example, our destiny, our luck. We think that no, it was not written in my destiny, that's why I could not get it. So it means you are considering some supernatural threats as the obstacle in the path of your prosperity. So this is not there. This should not be there in the mind of a good human being. These are actually the threats that must be removed, that must be overcome to live a prosperous life. So see, threats are of many different types. Bolo. Okay, in this way we have completed all the four aspects of our personality in their analysis. For example, analysis of the strength, analysis of the weaknesses, analysis of the opportunities, analysis of threats. Now we move to the next slide, the purpose of SWOT analysis. Why we need to do this analysis? So you see, these are very important. This is very important analysis, because if we analyze ourselves in these four things, definitely it will be helpful first of all to ourselves. See, knowing ourselves. If we do our SWOT analysis, so we know ourselves very well. So for knowing ourselves, SWOT analysis is must. Then living life with our full potentialities, aims, limitations, etc. See, when we do our SWOT analysis, we know our life very well. In our life, what are our potentialities, what are our aims, what are our limitations also, we know. Then, after this analysis, we start living self-consciously, self-responsibly, authentically, and above all, with honesty. So, this, you see, living in this way is also very important. Self-consciously means we should be conscious of our own self. Who am I? What am I? How am I? And then self-responsibly means we should know our own responsibilities and do them or fulfill them without waiting for others to tell them. Then authentically means you reach to final conclusion of things and then believing in those conclusions and applying them, and I start applying them. This is called living authentically, and above all with honesty. Live life with honesty. Honesty means you know who you are, you know what you are, and you are doing things after knowing all these things. So this is called living with honesty. Then we start living our life on the basis of knowing and not on believing. See, 80% people in the world are living on the basis of believing, not on the basis of knowing. So living on the basis of knowing is greater than on the basis of believing, and be after our deserved happiness. And you see, when we live our life after knowing or on the basis of knowing, definitely we reach to, or we are after our deserved happiness. So for happy life, living with knowledge is important. So this is the last slide, and I express my gratitude for you all for listening to me very wonderfully. Thank you for your wonderful listening, and I hope that my session will be helpful for you in terms of SWOT analysis. I hope that you do this analysis of yourself and get the benefit of it, not only in your educational life as well as in the practical life. Thank you very much.